spit in my mouth, light me on fire, please. I wanted to murk some people for my girl Lizzie. Everything he said disgusted me, and not to be dramatic, but I thought it was gonna kill me. You are a regular man. You're referring to your junk as a sword of thunder. I hated it. No, I don't have kids.
I don't have kids. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard.
Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Lauren. I'm a lover of all things books, home, and beauty. In today's video, we are gonna go through all of the months in 2025, and I'm gonna tell you guys my least favorite and my favorite books from each month. This is hard, and there is one month that doesn't even have a least favorite because, baby, I feel like I was blessed. I was blessed this year. 2025 has been the most amazing reading year. I feel like 2025 has been a year of learning. It's been a year of change, but like I'm not complaining. I'm trying to look at the year as, okay, what did we learn from this year? What did we get from this year? And honestly, right now we're just talking about reading, but I feel like 2025 was a reset year, and I love her. She taught me a lot of things, but overall, I have read the most that I've ever read in a year in the year 2025. I've read over 100 books. My goal was 70. This is one of those things that it's like, I feel like this year I have let myself enjoy different genres. I have mood read more than I have ever read in my entire life. I used to try to TBR read so much, and it's just not for me, babe. It's not for me. So I feel like we were blessed this year. I just read whatever felt right, and to be honest, I quit even paying attention. Once I reached my goal, I hit my goal of 70, I was like, okay, yay! I quit paying attention, and I was tallying up all of these books because I'm like, okay, I need to pick a favorite and a least favorite, which by the way, was really, really hard, you guys. Oh my god, it was so hard to pick a favorite. I will be doing the end of the year book tag, but this, I just wanted to go ahead and get out for you guys because I'm like, oh my god, the books that are my favorite, they are 1000% my god tier reads, and I need you guys to read them now so we can talk about it. But yeah, I feel like I've been blessed. This was an amazing reading year, and yeah, I just really, really read some amazing books, some god tier books, and honestly, I cannot wait to reread majority of the books I read in 2025. Like, I'm so freaking excited. If you guys want to hear about my favorites and least favorites of 2025, then keep on watching. Okay, first, we're gonna start with January. I feel like January gets a really, really bad rep. I feel like people hate on January, and I was just talking to one of my besties about this because I haven't been as active on Bookstagram. If you're not following me on Bookstagram, make sure to follow me on Bookstagram. It's lit by Lauren. Hey girl. But I was talking to one of my besties on Bookstagram because whenever I go MIA, it's one of those besties where she's like, hey, are you good? Are you okay? And I'm like, yes, baby, I'm good. And I just really love her, and we always check in on each other, and a lot of my besties have noticed that I haven't been as active on stories. But I feel like the Burr months are so amazing and they're so fun. By the time we get to December, I feel like it's so freaking busy. Like, I feel like there's so much going on that you just don't have time for anything. And then by the time you know it, like, look at me, I'm literally filming like a 12-month wrap-up situation right now. Like, I cannot believe this is the last month in 2025. I feel like you blink and we were in September and all of a sudden we're in December. So my point is, I love January. So before we talk about January of this year, I'm a January girl, and I don't know what all of the hate on January is for. Everyone's like, it's so depressing, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, honestly, January was one of the most amazing reading months for me this year, and I cannot wait for January of 2026 because I feel like that's just when everything calms down and we finally get to just chill and hibernate and just stay inside, and the weather's gray and everyone's like, it's so sad, everything's dead. Thank God. Thank God, as an autoimmune girly and someone who loves to read and be left alone and loves alone time, I love January. I'm sorry, sue me. I can't wait to play video games. I can't wait to eat all the foods. I can't wait to stay inside my house. Just quiet and peace and reset. And I love January. I love it. I love it. So just wanted to preface that I am a January girl, and I don't know why people hate on January because January is everything to me. I love the winter months. If you're new here, you're probably like, this girl's psychotic. Yeah, January was an amazing month for me. So my favorite book I read in the month of January, get ready, get ready. I bet you could guess. Yep, it's gonna be Onyx by Rebecca Yarros. Yes! This is book 3 in the Empyrean series. Baby, if you are a long-time bestie, you know how I feel about Onyx Storm, love. You know! I'm so obsessed with this book. I feel like people either loved or hated this book. Hi, I loved it. I loved it. I'm president of I'm Obsessed with Onyx Storm Club. Yes, I am. If you guys watched my Onyx Storm vlog, it is a full spoiler vlog of all of my reactions, live reactions going to get my book. I was so excited. I went to a midnight release party. It was the coolest freaking experience. I just love being a part of a new book release, especially one as big as Onyx Storm. I had so many expectations because Iron Flame left off on a cliffhanger, and then Onyx Storm leaves off on a cliffhanger. And I believe there's gonna be 5 books in the Empyrean series, but but I feel like the people that hated it, because again, reading is subjective. We all have the things we love about reading. We all have things we don't like about reading. There are books some people are gonna love, some people are not. Da 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 da. You guys know. And I'm so obsessed because I feel like Miss Yarros, she ate down. She ate down. I loved all of the character development we saw from Dane, from Xaden, from Violet, from Kat. I couldn't remember Xaden's ex name. Oh my god, I just had to Google it. I have my laptop right here, by the way. Yeah, from Kat. I loved Kat's character development. I loved everybody's character development. I loved watching Violet literally walk everybody like a dog. Walk him like a dog. This walk him like a dog. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I feel like there are so many things that, like, I had my theories. If you want to go watch my Onyx Storm video, I had my theories and I have things that I thought then, but now after sitting on it, seeing everybody's videos, thinking about it, I feel like the theory girls are doing the Lord's work on TikTok, because they'll be like, this is a theory because of X, Y, or Z, and this is why it's gonna happen or not gonna happen, whatever. And I'm like, you guys are the OG thought daughters. I'm a thought daughter. I like being in my feelings, but I have loved seeing everybody guess what's gonna happen in Onyx Storm. Rebecca Yarros did say, she did say that Xaden might be in his villain era. So I'm so freaking excited. If Xaden's in his villain era, I'm in my villain era. But yeah, no spoilers if you haven't read the Empyrean series. Yeah, you guys need to go read it. If you haven't read it, go read it. I'm living vicariously through you because I'm just so obsessed. So it had to be my favorite for the month of January. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. It's amazing. And that brings us to our least favorite read in the month of January. I hate to say it, my least favorite read in the month of January was Conclave by Penelope Douglas. This is a novella, and I just feel like I didn't get much from it. Like, I didn't dislike it, I didn't like it, so that's the only reason it's in my least favorite. If you haven't read the Devil's Night series, immediately go read it. Immediately go read it. If I had to have a least favorite, it would have been that one, because the books I read in January were literally insane. Literally insane. And I had such an amazing reading month that I was just kind of like, meh, about that one. So nothing negative, nothing positive, just kind of like neutral. But if I had to pick a least favorite, that would be my least favorite. For the month of February, I feel like February is a cutie month too, okay? I know everybody wants to hate on the winter months, and I know we get like cabin fever, and I know everyone's cold. This is when I live. This is when I thrive. So for the month of February, I had an amazing reading month. My favorite freaking read for the month of February, but also one of the most painful reads, Sorrow and Starlight by Peckham and Susanne Valenti. Hey. This ripped my soul out of my body. It sure did. It hurt me really bad. It hurt me really bad, but it also hurt really, really good. Zodiac Academy, I started it last year, so in 2024, and then I finished it in 2025. Hey girl! I am obsessed with Zodiac Academy, and I'm so sick to my stomach that it's over for me, but if you haven't read it, it's not over for you. It's not over for you, so please God, go read it. But yeah, this is a 6-star read. It ripped me into literal shreds, but it has to be my favorite read of February because, baby, the emotions that the Twisted Sisters can bring out of me, girl, needs to be studied. It literally needs to be studied. It's so freaking good. If you haven't read the Zodiac Academy series, here's the thing. I feel like there are mixed reviews on TikTok, on BookTube, on Bookstagram. I feel like so many people either love or hate it. That is totally fine. Again, reading is subjective. I think that's so cool that we all consume books differently. We all connect differently with books, and that is totally okay. For me, I always joke with people, I'm like, it's like watching reality TV. It's like watching something so addicting, like Love Island. You know how Love Island can get under your skin so bad and you just want to like shake some of the characters? That's exactly how Zodiac Academy is. But you know how like Love Island, if you're not watching it live, especially UK, I love Love Island UK more than the USA actually. If you're watching Love Island and you're like binging it, and then all of a sudden you like look at the time and you're like, hey girl, it's 2:30 in the morning. How did I end up here? It's bingeable, okay? It's a bingeable show. That's exactly how Zodiac Academy is. It's so freaking good, and I highly recommend it to anyone who has not read it. You need to read it! But yeah, Sorrow and Starlight, I can't even talk about it because I'm not gonna give any spoilers away, but hey, it ripped my soul from my body. I thought in the earlier books that I knew pain. I did not know pain. But it has to be my favorite read of February because it was literally that amazing. Loved it. And my least favorite read for February was Consider Me by Becka Mack. I have moaned and complained about this book, I want to say, in several videos, maybe on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, but baby, I hated this. I hated it. I did talk about it in my reading wrap up. Wait, no, I didn't. Oh my God. I didn't do a reading wrap up for February, I don't think. Or did I? I don't think I started until later this year. I am going to do a reading wrap up every single month next year in 2026. But I don't think I did a reading wrap up, so I don't think you guys got to hear me long form content literally complain about this book. Here's the thing. If you know me, you know I do not like golden retrievers, except for Nikolai Sokolov, who is a golden retriever. He's a demented golden retriever, okay? That's neither here nor there. This man in this book was textbook golden retriever. But not only just golden retriever, he was a bad boy, but he literally reminded us every single time it was from his point of view how amazing he was and how cocky he was and how all these things. And here's the thing, I ended up loving this sweet old man in the book. Like, I loved the old man in the book. The FMC was fine. She was okay. She was fine. But my God, the MMC, he referred to his as his sword of thunder. If that's not enough for you, don't even get me started. So not only did he refer to his situation as a sword of thunder, first of all, this isn't a fantasy book. You don't have any magical powers. You're a normal man. And you know, you guys, I like reading dark romance. I like reading billionaire romance. I like reading sports romance. I'm a romance girl, okay? But I also like reading fantasy. I love reading YA. I love reading all kinds of genres. Like, I'm not pick and choosy. I also do want to get into thrillers. See, I'm getting sidetracked. But the point is, I don't really discriminate, okay? I'm just reading wherever the wind takes me. That is part of being a mood reader. I do have my favorites and I have things that I don't love as much. But my God, there's nothing wrong with something set in the normal world. Obviously, I read a lot of it, a lot of modern set situations. But you're a regular man and you're referring to your junk as a sword of thunder. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? One, ew, ick, disgusting. Two, this man never, and I know this is really stupid to complain about, but this man would never shut the hell up about the foods he was eating. Like, if it wasn't Oreos, he was like, oh, I love Oreos so much. I just want Oreos all the time. Oh, Oreos are so good. Or he was talking about how much bacon on, like, him and the FMC were like bonding over bacon on their pizza. Like, okay, fine, whatever. But I just felt like it was shoved down my throat as a personality trait. You know what I mean? Which also, side note, everybody loves, I think it's Playing for Keeps is what the series is called. Everybody loves this series. And Becka Mack's writing, I really enjoyed. That's the thing. I enjoyed it. I just hated her MMC. Oh, I hated him. I hated him. So that's the thing. Nothing against, and I try not to give negative reviews or anything, but like for me, there are things that just ick me out. I have a YouTube short videos of my icks. I have them on my Bookstagram, my TikTok. I have unpopular icks, okay? I'm sure I do, but we like what we like and we don't like what we don't like, okay? So yeah, I just really hated him. I hated him with everything inside me. I wanted to punch him in his throat and I couldn't even enjoy the book because I was just so over this man. And also, I believe this is a third act breakup and I didn't like that either, but I just didn't like anything about the book, hated it. And if I don't like at least one main character, I can't enjoy a book. And is that my toxic trait? Probably, but that's the way it is. For the month of March, we were just talking about him. My favorite read for the month of March was God of Fury by Rina. Yes, God, yes, God, yes, God. First of all, this was my first MM book ever. Okay, and it is also on my 2026 reading bucket list. I should make a video about that, about all the things I want to do in 2026. I want to like have a good reading year, obviously, but I want to read more MM. I have dabbled. I do love my boys. I love when my boys kiss. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't even get me started. I have heated rivalry FOMO. You guys don't even understand. I am going to be reading that entire series, or hopefully, I don't know. You guys know I'm not a TBR reader, but the point is I love MM. This was my introduction to MM. Also, this was my introduction to Rina, was reading the Legacy of God series. I just picked up God of Malice and I was like, hey girl. When I got to God of Fury, I literally, where is the book? I'm pulling out my physical book because I want you guys to see, obviously it's like yellow. I want you guys to see how many tabs I tabbed in this book. I don't even really know if you can see. You know how like you can't really see like, and these are also yellow. I tabbed this book like it was my literal job. This book is beautiful. The way Rina writes makes me literally sick to my stomach. The trauma, the spice, the pacing of the story, like, oh my God. I just, looking at this book makes me, oh, I was about to open something up and read it to you and it's of this boy. Like, I just love it so much. The tension of an MM romance, I don't know if it's because there's no toxic masculinity. I have talked about this with multiple of my book besties. Why does MM hit different? Why does it hit different? I don't know. But yeah, this book literally changed me. Also, Brandon, his trauma, his coping mechanisms, everything about him, I resonated with so freaking hard. His self-hatred issues, the way that he just minimized himself and didn't ever prioritize himself and speak up for himself. I just, oh, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. I could talk about this book forever and ever, but we're going to resist. Also, God, it smells good. I literally love this book so much. The spice was like anything I had ever read. And I said, hey, new obsession unlocked. And if you're new here, I cannot ever love something a normal amount. Like I have to love it a psychotic amount. I think it's my ADHD, is my hyperfixating. And after this, I literally went on like an MM reading situation. And I'm still trying to scratch that itch that this book gave me. So freaking good. I'm so obsessed with these two. I just love them. I love the way they came together and made each other better. This book is literally everything to me and more. Okay, that's it. And my least favorite book for the month of March is Gothikana by RuNyx. Listen, I have to get my phone out because there is a specific quote that literally made me want to throw up. First of all, the MMC in this, I know, I'm like hating on males. Like I just can't help it, unless they're MM. I just can't help it, but the man in this story, first of all, I feel like he just icked me out. Everything he said disgusted me. I literally could not stand him. Also, the plot of this book, I feel like I was into it. I love the visuals. That's the one positive I will say. But I literally could not stand this man. I couldn't stand the way he talked. I couldn't stand the way he acted. The spice just grossed me out. Not in like a, oh my god, it's too spicy. No, I just did not like it. Also, the plot being thrown together. I feel like we were going one direction and then we'd be going another. And not like, oh, I'm on my toes. Like I was just like, damn, you're dragging it. You're dragging it a little bit. And then by the end, it was just all thrown together in like one chapter. And I was just like, who cares now? If anything, I should have DNF'd it because I want my time back. But let me read you guys this quote. It sickens me. I know it's so passionate. I loved RuNyx's writing and I have a lot of their books on my TBR, okay? But this book, I hated it. And honestly, it's probably a me problem. It's just, again, certain things ick me out and this happened to ick me out. So I'm gonna read it to you guys. You might be this is the MMC speaking, to be clear. You might be a luring siren, but I'm no ordinary sailor. Hey, this is not a pirate romance. By the way, you guys, okay? I'm a mad pirate and I'm trying to resist your call. What is this, a Captain Hook book? And if it was, I might have been able to enjoy it, but it's not. If I land on your shores, I will plunder and take away everything worth having. Be careful giving me those eyes. Disgusting to me. I know what like they were going for, I guess, but like also like I hated it. I hated it so much. I hated it. Also, he was giving like, okay, we all know like I'm an emo girly at heart. Like my favorite color is black. My soul is not really, my soul is not black, but like my energy is black cat. Okay, I love a little emo vibe. Love emo music, love punk rock, whatever. But he was like giving e-boy, not in a cute way. Like you're a grown man and you're giving, I'm so depressed and sad and broken and da-da-da-da. And also like that pirate quote was like my 13th reason. I was like, this is literally disgusting to me. Okay, no further comments on that book. I just hated the book. I hated it. Like I was so pissed because it's such a pretty book and I bought it forever ago. And I finally pulled it off my TBR shelf. I was TBR reading like a good girl and I literally was like, why did I just waste my time? And now it's just sitting on my shelf. I need to do like a, what do you call that? You get rid of the books you have. Whatever you call that word, I cannot think. My brain's not functioning. But whatever it's called, an unhaul. Is it an unhaul? I don't even know. But I need to do one of those things where you pull the books off your shelf that you hate and just give them away to one of you guys because I literally can't stand that book. And maybe you would love it. Maybe you would find a home where someone actually appreciates it because I literally hate it. For the month of April, my favorite read, oh my god, was Redeeming 6 by Chloe Walsh. Joey freaking Lynch. Joey freaking Lynch. You guys, I have several videos talking about this character. He is my everything. I love him with my whole heart. And Aoife Malloy, my queen, my everything. Literally queen. Literally queen, if you know, you know. I am so obsessed with those two. Joey specifically, I resonated with him. Older sibling, hi. Just the role Joey had to take on, things he had to go through, the role he had to step into. I just love him so bad. And the things he went through and the things that Aoife went through, it made me sick. The trauma of it all, like I am a Joey Lynch stan. I always have been and always will be. Joey is one of my soul characters and I really love him bad. And Aoife, same thing. I love them together. They are literally still my favorite Boys of Tommen couple. If you haven't read the Boys of Tommen series, go read it. Question mark? Like, it's literally a god tier series for me and I've talked about it so many times. Books that made me emo in that video. I talked about it in my mental health video. I literally love the series so bad and Joey specifically healed so many things inside of me reading about his character and especially too if you know someone that struggles with addiction, it really hits different and that is something I love about every book in the Boys of Tommen series is it sheds light on very, very, very sensitive topics but in the most beautiful way and everybody needs to read it. Okay? Everybody. And it's technically literally categorized as a YA rugby romance. It has been like now since it's in the US because Chloe Walsh has came out and been like in Ireland this would be YA but then in the US we're more sensitive so it's like now it's technically not YA, it's adult, which I agree. There are heavy, heavy, heavy topics. I don't know what age needs to be reading that. I don't know. I don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go as hard.
We live a totally different life. I don't have kids. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard.
That's me. You know, it is an amazing series and I'm obsessed and I've talked about Joey enough. So if you want to hear more about Joey, my reading wrap up and those two videos that I mentioned, I yap about Joey all day long and I'm not going to bore you guys because I'm sure you guys are like, shut up. We've heard about Joey. We know. Joey's my baby, my angel. I love him so much. I wanted to just pick him up and hold him and be like, I've got you. Like, I wanted to literally do everything for him and go to war for him because it made me sick, everything he had to go through. But the series, the entire series as a whole, gold. Of course that's gonna be my favorite read. Of course! And my least favorite read for the month of April was The Pucking Coach's Daughter by S. Massery. I actually vlogged. I think I did what I read in a week vlog for this. So I actually vlogged this one. Very spicy. Why choose? It's not that I disliked it, but I didn't really love it. Like, it got me out of a book slump, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. Go back and watch the vlog and then tell me if I'm wrong or I'm a liar. I don't know. But from what I can remember, I liked it. There were some kinks in there that were a little crazy, a little crazy. There was some action in there, some suspense. But I'm not really a why choose girly at my core. Personally, I like one character. I even like a little two situation. But I just really like the devotion of one character obsessed with another character. And so that's why it had to be my least favorite because I had such bangers that month. And then that one was just one that I was like, nee, it was good. It was good. It got me out of a slump, but it's not something that I'm like probably gonna reread. For the month of May, my favorite freaking read was Restless Stars by the Twisted Sisters. You guys, I had to officially say goodbye to Zodiac Academy, and not to be dramatic, but I thought it was gonna kill me. I literally was so freaking sad, like, to say goodbye to the world of Solaria. And I know I have Darkmoor Penitentiary, by the way. I literally haven't even yapped with you guys about this. I have Darkmoor Penitentiary, and I have, I think it's Neverkeep or something, Echo Fort or something. I can't remember what the book's called, but I still have books in that universe to read, but nothing will ever be the way Zodiac Academy is to me. Like, I've read The Ruthless Boys, I read it in tandem with Zodiac Academy, but it's just nothing is as good as the OG Zodiac Academy. Tori and Darcy, my babies, my angels, Lance, Darius, Seth, Caleb, Max, Geraldine, like, oh my god, my babies, Xavier, Sophia, Tyler, Diego even. Like, I love them so much, and that series got so many tears from me, and also not just tears, but like, I was angry. Oh, I was mad, you guys. Go watch my Zodiac Academy convincing you to read Zodiac Academy video. I was pissed. Like, this series brought so many emotions out of me. Like, it was so good, and I was so obsessed, but also like, it hurt. And saying goodbye, finally, I feel like they ended the series perfectly, but I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to say goodbye. But now that I know what I know, I can't wait to reread. I really can't wait to reread. So freaking good, so freaking obsessed, and Zodiac Academy is everything. And my least favorite of the month of May was The Rivaled Crown by Holly Renee. Ooh. I didn't like it. I should have DNF'd. Okay, so I started book one because I was in a book slump. I should have DNF'd it. I should have stopped reading. I should have. But I wanted to give it a chance, and in trying to give it a chance and be nice, that's one of my things I don't want to do in 2026 is be like, oh, I'm being nice. It's not really personal if you don't like something. Lauren, telling myself, but it's really not. It's not personal if you don't like something. It's not an attack on the author. It's not an attack on people who do like it. But I think for me, a recovering people pleaser, hello! I'm a recovering people pleaser in like real life, and so then when I read my books, I used to take that into reading, and so I like, one, a perfectionist. Hi, perfectionist vibes, yes. I wouldn't want to like quit a series because I'm like, oh, it's unfinished. But at the end of the day, you're not in school. You're not reading to get graded. You're just reading to have fun, okay? And I think this series was one of those things that like, I really, really didn't want to quit. I didn't want to be a quitter, when in reality, it's not even the case. You're reading for fun, like, what's going on? But I do think this series had potential. I just think it lacked world building. It was too short, and it needed a lot more bones to the story and to the world. And I think if it had more meat and potatoes, it'd have been better. But it didn't have enough meat and potatoes for me. It was just she was a little too skinty. You know what I mean? She was too skinty. I did enjoy the first book. It got me out of a book slump very easy. I liked the male character, but then eventually it just felt like the author was just throwing in tropes to try to get us to enjoy it, and it was just too much too fast, and it just lacked depth for me personally. For the month of June, my favorite read was Releasing 10. You guys, again, this is another Boys of Tommen book. This is Lizzie and Huey's book. This is the 6th book in the Boys of Tommen series. This is the one that was just released this May. Hey, I wasn't okay. And again, I'm not gonna elaborate on this one because I have an entire reading vlog of me crashing out. Spoiler full. I look like a psychopath. Our book husband actually told me to take a break while we were on vacation reading this because he was like, you literally are sobbing every time you open the book. And I was, and I am. And I did. I sure did. Because one thing about me is I'm an empath reader. When I read, I literally feel like it's happening to me or my friend, and I just want to save them, kind of like how I wanted to save Joey. I wanted to murk some people for my girl Lizzie. I wanted to yeah, I wanted to just go like air it out. I wanted to air it out for Lizzie because it was disgusting, the things she had to go through. But again, that's what I love about Chloe Walsh, is she evokes those emotions from you, and like also knowing it's from her personal experience, and she has said before that she is Lizzie, makes me kind of want to throw up. I love Chloe Walsh so much. She is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite author, and I just love her real bad, love Lizzie real bad, love Huey real bad, and I cannot wait for the next book. I can't wait. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, 6 stars, but I also, it ripped me to shreds, and the book slump after this book was terrible. And my least favorite book for the month of June was King of Sloth by Anna Huang. Okay, here's the thing. I love the Kings of Sin series. I will be reading every book that comes out. Okay. However, Xavier is giving Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter. That's what Xavier is giving. I just loved Sloane so bad in all of the other books. And by the time we got to Xavier's book and Sloane's book, I was so excited for Sloane's book. I loved Sloane's part of the book. So like, I didn't hate this book, but I couldn't stand Xavier. And what did we just talk about earlier in this video, baby? If I don't like one of the characters, throw it away! Throw the whole book away! But I wouldn't say throw the whole book away, because I love Sloane and I feel like I loved her in the rest of the books. And then I was kind of let down in a sense at how much I didn't enjoy her book, and I felt like Sloane deserved better. Even though she got her happy ending, I was just kind of like, you deserve better than a man-child, babe. I just felt like he was giving man-child, and he just gave me the ick real bad. There were some things I liked about it, like the spice wasn't bad, but also it was just kind of like, you're icking me. The boy's icking me. You know what I mean? But I do love the Kings of Sin series. For the month of July, my favorite read was A Light in the Flame by Jennifer Armentrout. This is the second book in Jennifer's Lush and Fire series, and baby, I love Seraphina down bad. I love Nyctos, the Primal of Death down bad. Yeah, I love them both literally so much. They are my babies, my Shaylas, my literal everything. I am so obsessed with them, and I just love Seraphina's journey. I love how bad of an FMC she is. I love her journey. I love her mental health. I love the mental health rep. I just literally love it so much. The spice is delicious, but that's not even my favorite thing about this series. My favorite thing about this series is Seraphina's journey to self-love and Nyctos learning to love, and they're everything to me. I love it so much. It is one of my, we'll talk later about something. I almost said it, but I'm like, that's actually one of these books. I just looked at my computer, so we gotta wait. But yeah, this is my favorite read in the month of July. I took a little breather because I started this series actually last year in 2024, and then I took a breather because it wasn't my journey. I think I was in the middle of Zodiac Academy and like totally different series, so I took a little breather, and I'm so glad I did. I soft DNF'd it technically, and I'm so glad I picked it back up this year. So freaking good. But yeah, that had to be hands down my favorite read in July. My least favorite read in July was The Perfect Husband by Lisa Gardner. Hey, we know. I'm not a thriller girl. I am gonna try to enter my thriller era. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden just came out, and I really, really want to see the movie, but I don't want to go see the movie before I read the book, so I think I might try to read the book. Okay, so I might be entering my thriller era. However, I have only read 2 thrillers ever for book club, and guess what? Hated them both. Also, this book specifically, The Perfect Husband, there was smut in it, and here's the thing. I love romantic suspense. Dark romance has a little thriller edge. You know what I mean? It's a suspenseful, yes, God. But this had smut at the dumbest place. Like, it was so stupid. It was so ignorant. I was just like, what's the actual point? What's the point in the smut here? Like, what's going on? I genuinely don't see the point. And it just got on my nerves. I didn't like the plot. I wasn't shook. I kind of called what was gonna happen, and I just was kind of like, yeah, I don't like it. No, thank you. No, thank you. Definitely my least favorite read. For the month of August, my favorite read was Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. Hey, if you guys watched one of the Days of My Life vlogs, it's literally in the title. I don't know which one it is, but I am crashing out over Magnolia Parks. Magnolia Parks pushed me to literally have to sit on the floor with my dog for 30 minutes, and then I had to have a little big fat glass of cab because that's how stressed out I was. Yeah, I was so stressed out. It was one of those things where I was just like, oh my God, it hurts so bad, but it also hurts so good. And I'm still in my Magnolia Parks journey. I'm actually on a Daisy book right now. I've actually low-key soft DNF'd the Daisy book right now. I need to get back to it. But yeah, that book broke me, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I love Magnolia Parks. I'm definitely a Magnolia girl. I don't identify with Magnolia. I really identify with Daisy, to be completely honest, but I enjoy reading about Magnolia more and BJ. I love BJ Valentine. But the way that book ended crushed my soul. So I've been taking a little hiatus from my Magnolia Parks Daisy Hates journey. Yes, but definitely my favorite freaking read from the month of August. And I had no least favorite read of the month of August. August was probably my best reading month ever because every book was a banger. Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. I loved it. I literally couldn't pick one that was my least favorite. I literally loved every single one of them. For the month of September, my favorite read was The Right Move by Liz Tomfordy. I'm so embarrassed I've been saying Liz Tomford. I know I pronounce things incorrectly, but here's the thing. When you try to look up how to pronounce an author's name, it's very difficult to find the right pronunciation because everybody pronounces things differently, and I never want to disrespect an author. So Liz Tomfordy, I am so sorry. I love you so much. I've been pronouncing your name wrong. Ryan Shea. Oh, yes, 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 yes. If you guys want to know more how I feel, I'm not going to go on about this because I have an entire video, non-spoiler, convincing you to read the Windy City series, and I'm just confessing my love to Liz Tomfordy and Ryan Shea. He is the man of my dreams. Hey, I'm obsessed with him. I love him so freaking much. Literally, Ryan Shea can do no wrong. If you know, you freaking know. I can't even tell you guys. I can't even talk about Ryan Shea without being spoilers, so I'm just not gonna. I do my best in that video, but everything Ryan Shea does, the brother he is, just God, I love him so bad. I love him so bad. But yeah, it had to be my favorite book. The Windy City series as a whole, stunning, gorgeous, and amazing. You guys need to freaking read it. It's so good. It is like the perfect sports romance, and yeah, I'm obsessed. My least favorite read for the month of September was Praise by Sarah Kate. I'm so sorry, don't shoot. My hands are up. Please, don't attack. Don't attack. As somebody who loves the ex-boyfriend's dad trope, I love it. The forbidden aspect of it. I love getting back at your ex. You know what I mean? This one just icked me so bad. First of all, I think the main problem was that there was no tension for me. Like, I want more tension. I want more slow burn. And I feel like they kind of just, they had insta-lust. First of all, I didn't really love that. 1, 2, the plot kind of sucked. 3, I just felt, again, there was just not enough tension. Like, some of the spicy scenes were okay, but I just felt myself like rolling my eyes. Like, I didn't get like, ooh, I was more like, oh great, we're doing something again, like it's spicy again. And that's the thing with me is when people like to hate on women, oh, you read a spice, oh, you read a spice, it has to be the right kind of spice. Women are particular, even for us to get to where we're going, you know what I mean? Like, it has to be the right kind of spice, and not all spice is created equal. You know what I mean? We all like different things, and this was one of those things where it's like, again, I wanted to love it, but I hated it. I did. I remember literally I should have DNF'd it because I remember every time I pulled my Kindle out to read it, I was just like, please shut up. Like, stop talking. I'm so bored of this. The only redeeming quality about that book, if you watch my reading wrap up, was the sister. The sister carried. Yeah, that's it. For the month of October, my favorite read was Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. Yeah, if you didn't hear that, that was Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. Hey, I have multiple vlogs where I'm reading Alchemized, and baby, one thing about me is I love a book that stabs me. You know what I mean? Emotionally, I love a book that makes me sick to my stomach. But not only just the emotional aspect of that book, I loved the themes that I got from that book. I've posted a non-spoiler review on YouTube Shorts and Bookstagram and TikTok. I love the representation of how war sometimes doesn't always have a good and a bad side. Sometimes those two sides overlap. Sometimes they're both extremely twisted and extremely wicked. I love that aspect of it. I love the light that was shown upon body autonomy. Like, I'm sorry, like the entire freaking book, Helena loses her body autonomy, and I think in today's day and age, I think that's an important thing to be discussing and to be bringing to our attention. And I am just so obsessed with the themes and the things that I took from the book personally. And don't even get me started on the romance. Like, I love the romance too, but I think my favorite thing about that book was just the survival aspect of both of the characters. It was inspiring. It was so inspiring. It was gut-wrenching, but it was also beautiful. It was tragically beautiful. And if you're thinking about reading this book, definitely check your trigger warnings. It's a dark fantasy with a romance subplot, so definitely keep that in mind. But again, it's a subplot, but like love is the entire plot at the same time. But for me personally, whenever I got done with the book, I was just like, this is so beautiful. History cannot always be correct, and it's just, I love it. I could literally like discuss that book for hours and hours and hours, and I just really enjoyed it. I think there are so many important messages you could take from that book, and you guys know, I've yapped about it. You guys know, I'm obsessed. Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. I still haven't read Manacled. I can't decide if it's, I think I want it to be my first read of 2026. I don't know, because I was gonna read it this month, but again, I'm just like waiting until the opportune moment for me to lose my again, because Sinlin Yu is gonna wreck me again. And my least favorite for the month of October, I told you guys I was gonna talk about this later. It's gonna be Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. This is the final book in the Flesh and Fire series, and listen, I still love the Flesh and Fire series. Highly recommend you reading it. However, this book drug for literally no reason. Like, it was one of those things where one thing I love about Jennifer Armentrout, and I've talked about this, if you guys watch my vlogs, you completely understand why this is my least favorite book in the month of October, because I love that Jennifer Armentrout doesn't leave anything up for debate or questions. She tells you everything. She explains everything. She's not like, oh, what could this answer be? Or what could this mean? Or why did they talk about this prophecy in the beginning? Like, she tells you. She lets you know. Like, you're always in on the conversations, and I love that about her writing. However, there were so many conversations that could have been skipped, that could have been like a fill in the blank situation, and I felt like it was so wordy, and I was more excited for the action, which is so funny because usually the action makes me sweat and stress out. But also too, I read this in tandem with the From Blood and Ash series, and I will say, I think I've said this in one of my videos before, I definitely recommend, and this is an unpopular opinion, I still haven't read the new From Blood and Ash book. Don't even get me started, you guys. It still hasn't happened. I can't. I'm saving it. But I recommend reading the Flesh and Fire series first in its full, then reading From Blood and Ash. Just because, yes, if you read it in tandem, you can be like, oh, I see that connection. I see that connection. But it made me not enjoy Born of Blood and Ash because I already knew answers before I got the answers, if that makes sense. So if you didn't know, the Flesh and Fire series is the prequel series, so it happens before From Blood and Ash. So you got Flesh and Fire, and then you got From Blood and Ash. I read it in tandem in publishing order, and I just think for me personally, I don't like, I've said this before, if you give me my treat, I'm like a dog. If you give me my treat before I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, I don't care as much because I already know the information. That's exactly why for me personally, I don't like to know anything before I get into a book. Like, I want to know the bare freaking minimum, because once I know, I'm just like, I don't care. You know what I mean? So I do love this entire series. I love the From Blood and Ash series. I love Jennifer Armentrout's writing, her worlds, her characters. I just felt like this one went on a little too long. And if you guys watch any of the Days of My Life vlogs, you know it took me a long time to finish. I am glad I didn't DNF this one specifically just because I wanted to finish it and get caught up before the new From Blood and Ash book. But baby, it took a long time. For the month of November, my favorite read was Brimstone by Callie Hart. Again, I do have an entire vlog, spoiler free, already up on my channel, and I just show you guys my reactions, my quotes. If you want no information at all, do not watch that video, but if you want to kind of see what the vibe is of Brimstone without spoiling any plot points, go check that video out. I basically give all my reactions. I talk about the pacing of the book, loved the pacing of the book, loved the characters, love Carrion Swift, love Kingfisher, love Saris, literally love all of our new characters, not gonna say who, but I'm so obsessed. I freaking love the Fae and Alchemy series. I love Callie Hart's writing. And I'm pissed because if you guys saw or have caught up with the Days of My Life vlogs, I had to annotate on my Kindle. I had to like buy Brimstone on my Kindle, which is totally fine, not even really complaining, but I need to go back and annotate the physical now that I have it because I just literally love it. And I did the same thing with Quicksilver. I ate it up. And after finishing Brimstone, we got so many answers to questions that I didn't even know I freaking had. After finishing, I was like, I need to go back and read Quicksilver. So before the next book comes out, I believe it comes out next winter. Callie Hart's beating us. I'm gonna do a complete reread of all of it, and I'm gonna like be a psycho. I can see myself now with like a whiteboard or something. Like, I can't wait to highlight all the things we know because now everything makes so much sense. So definitely go check out that spoiler-free reading vlog if you want to see my reactions and random quotes and just the overall vibe of the book. I had so much freaking fun reading it, and I cannot recommend the Fae and Alchemy series enough. My least favorite book for the month of November was City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. I am reading the Mortal Instruments series, as you guys know, so I'm not going to say a ton about Mortal Instruments series because I am going to finish it. I promise, God willing. I told myself I wasn't going to bring this up again, but I have to because I'm talking about this book. This was my least favorite of the series so far because I feel like we were just going in a different direction, and for me personally, I just felt like it was kind of like off the wall, and I still love all of my characters. I still love the Mortal Instruments series, and I will be continuing it. Thank you. And you guys will be able to see all my spoiler-filled reactions to this series, but I felt like we just went in a little like we were on the interstate and all of a sudden we're like, exit. Will say I love Cassandra Clare's writing. I love this series. It is YA, and so I can definitely see why she's taken this direction with the series, but it just wasn't my like favorite of the series, if that makes sense. If anything, it's my least favorite. And for December, my favorite freaking read, and December's not even over yet, baby. It's not even over yet, and this is my favorite. My favorite freaking read is The Truths We Burn by Monty J. Because Rook Van Doren spit in my mouth. If you know, you know. Spit in my mouth. Light me on fire. Please. I love this man so bad. If you've watched any of my freaking vlogs, I have yapped about the Hollow Boy series and I'm only on book 3. Yes! I'm still reading the Hollow Boy series. And when I tell you guys, I haven't fallen in love with a dark romance series like this since the Legacy of God series, since the Devil's Night series. Like, this is going to be a god tier. Oh, it's gonna be a god tier. I love Monty J's writing. I love the style. I love the murder mystery in the first book. I love that the plot continues throughout book 2. I love the way she writes her freaking characters. And Rook Van Doren, he's my favorite Hollow Boy as of right now. I am so obsessed with him. I love his character. He's a pyromaniac. If you want to know more about the Hollow Boy series, I do have a Days of My Life talking about what the Hollow Boy series is about. So I'm not going to like get into what the series is about. However, I will say this. Rook Van Doren is on top. Yeah, I love this man so much. If you took everything I require from a book boyfriend and put it into one, Rook would pop up. Which is hilarious because I just did my book boyfriends for YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Bookstagram, like a little short form video. And I was like, son of a like, I have to update it now because Rook Van Doren's not on there because the Hollow Boys aren't freaking on there. I'm so obsessed. I love the way Monty J gives her characters layers and they're morally gray. They can be seen as the villain or the good guy, but one thing about the way Monty J writes is that it's like every action they take, whether you're like side-eyeing them or not, like it's for a reason. And I love the chaos that is Rook. I love the mouth on that man. Oh my God. I just love everything about him. I love the way he yearns. I love how he's a little pathetic sometimes. I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much. And I'm so obsessed with him. And that had to be my favorite read of December. Rook Van Doren on top. And my least favorite book of December, I know December's not over yet, but I know this is going to be my least favorite, is Mistletoe Meet Cute by Bella Matthews. If you guys watch my vlog, I'm not going to speak much on this because I already talk about this in my Reading Only Christmas Books for a Week video. It's already posted on my channel. It's actually pretty funny. It's pretty unhinged. I had never read a Christmas book, and this was the very last book that I read in that video. The kid interrupting the smut every 5 seconds. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you want to know more about that, why I didn't like it, I had a lot of besties that loved the book. I even looked on Goodreads. You know, after you finish a book and then you go write your review and then you go look at the reviews and you're like, I'm the unpopular opinion. I'm the unpopular opinion in this, okay? I don't have kids. I don't have to go as hard.
You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't love that. I love a nanny trope. I loved the tropes of this book, but I feel like by the time I got done reading it, I was just like, ew. You know what I mean? It's just, ew. But I also learned that about myself. I'm not really a Christmas book lover. There are several books in that video that I ended up loving, but I'm not a Christmas book lover. I'm just not, you know? So Christmas books are not for everybody. I did find some good ones though, and that book is definitely my least favorite read of this month. It just icked me out. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I feel like shook to my core that this year is almost over. Like, I'm so freaking shook that it's the month of December and we're already headed into 2026. Like, I'm shook. This was literally my best reading year so far. Like, I swear, since I started reading again as an adult, I've had so much freaking fun and I found some amazing books. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, all of these books, the good ones, my favorites, I cannot wait to reread. I cannot wait to reread. Oh my God. All of my favorite books from each month, I highly recommend. They are 6-star reads. I know majority of them are part of a series, but that's my toxic trait. That's my red flag. One thing about me, I'm gonna recommend a series. As always, thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!